Welcome to another session of Practical Research 2. So again, although this will be an online discussion, we're going to go with our class flow. We're going to have our review of the previous lesson, icebreaker, quote of the day, word of the day. Then we'll go ahead and continue with our competency 2, illustrate the importance of different quantitative research across different fields. And competency 3 differentiates kinds of variables and their uses. Then you'll be doing your quiz number 3 for those who are reviewing their lessons. Okay, let's have our review. What are the strengths of quantitative research? If you do have your notebooks, I think you should remember the first thing. One of the strengths of quantitative research is that it allows for fast collection of data. Though will be, if you do undergone quantitative research, you will be handling um, a bigger number of samples, unlike for our qualitative research. In practical research one, wherein at least you have to interview at least 5 persons. But I think for quantitative research, there are different situations. Like for example, you may need to calculate or use a formula to get the number of samples. But in my opinion, quantitative research really allows for the fast collection of data. So again, siguro nakalimutan na ito. Ano ba yung weaknesses of quantitative research? One of the weaknesses of quantitative research is after data collection, ang weakness nyo, hindi mo naman pwedeng isa-isahin na ipaliwanag at i-interpret yung sagot. Halimbawa, ang sample mo ay umabot sa 100. Paano mo iisa-isahin yun para ipaliwanag isa-isa, halimbawa, or sagutin yung kanilang mga concerns? Ito, if you do undergone quantitative research like survey questionnaires or using survey questionnaires, you will be handling so many persons or individuals, so you will not have enough time to discuss the results of their answers or the result of the study. So yeah, I think that's one of the weaknesses of quantitative research. If you have other answers, you can consult your notes to have your own answer for this one. There are at least, I think, 5 or 6 weaknesses of quantitative research. So, ay isa pa dun pa nga pala na answer dun na mas pwedeng maalala or madaling maalala is yung generalization na makukuha mo is only applicable for your sample. For example, you did your research for Humes. I think most of the time, your conclusions or the results of your data and your analysis of data in which you have based your conclusions will only apply to the samples. So, kung Humes ang pinasagutan mo, di malamang yung mga suggestions mo ay mag-a-apply lang sa mga Humes or system or in other strand na pinag-aralan mo. So, let's have our next review question. What are the types of data and quantitative research? There are at least 5 types of quantitative data that we will encounter. So I think you should remember these types. But I think the last one will be the most applicable when you do your research. Quantification of qualitative entities. The 3-point Likert scale, very satisfied, satisfied, not satisfied. one, for the 3-point Likert scale, this is an example of the fifth type of data. So, meron kang statement, these are the qualitative statements, usually related sila sa isang variable. Diba, ito is sa satisfaction. Then, i-quantify mo yun. And how do you do that? You use numbers to represent the quantities. So, 1, not satisfied. 2, satisfied. 3, very satisfied. So, this is called a 3-point Likert scale because the highest number is 3. So, our icebreaker here is called word seeker. So, you will search for the different words that are connected to the main word. Okay, that's what you need to do for our icebreaker. So you can post this video for you to be able to get the correct answer. You can take a picture and edit that one, and then search for the different types of picture will be the word seeker. You can post this one for you to be able to do this on your notebooks. Again, have this activity, sub-activity. You can have points, additional points, for you to be able to have your records. Okay, our quote of the day. You can explain, or you can have your own explanation, or you can give examples about this one. This is according to Napoleon Hill. If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Okay, this is our word of the day. It's fructify. So it means to bear fruit or to gain profit. So to make something fruitful or productive, to bear fruit or profit. So you can use this appearance in a sentence or in a comfortable financial position thanks to some investments that have recently begun to fructify. Or in other words, or in other sentences, you can use this one. As a senior high school student, you can fructify your knowledge, skills, and attitude by going to your classes on time. Okay, that's our word of the day. So for some of you, these are just review since we did have our in-class discussion, but let's have a discussion of research design. So without reading these whole sentences, a research design is somehow the blueprint of your research, yung plano, kung paano mo gagawin, paano mo tatapusin, paano ka magkakolect ng data, that's your research design. What's the purpose of a research design? It's to provide answer to your research questions or question if you don't have many questions. If you only have one, so it's a question. So, and also to control the variance or variables. Or some of the characteristics that you can control. For example, in science, you can control temperature, pressure, and many other variables. So, ito yung mga research design types na I think we have covered this one on our last video, but most of the time, research, especially those being done by senior high school students, will fall on descriptive post-comparative relationships. So, yun usually yung mga tatlo. Hindi na natin to sakop kasi qualitative research design na to. Although, sabi ko nga itong ethnographic, usually, this is a special type of research wherein the students are going to places, for example, yung mga pupunta sa bundok para pag-aralan yung pamumuhay ng mga katutubo doon, that's under ethnographic qualitative research design. So let's now have competency 2, the importance of quantitative research across fields. So this is just an example of what you did in your seat work, yung pipili kayo ng picture na magre-represent ng strand nyo. And then, yung inyong sagot. Yung ano ba yung importance ng quantitative research sa inyong strands. For example, in ABM, quantitative research allows busy businesses to acquire vast amounts of data quickly and efficiently, giving them a broader view of their target audience than just the survey respondents. So let's now discuss a brief rationale kung bakit kailangan natin pag-aralan ito. Ano ba yung importansya? Kasi nga, ang research ay ginagamit para masagutan ang inyong mga katanungan, yung mga gusto nyo malaman. Especially in natural and social sciences, wherein quantitative research is the systematic, empirical investigation of observable phenomena via statistical and mathematical techniques. Katulad nga ng mga sinabi ko nung nakaraan, lahat ng subjects nyo sa senior high school ay magkakaugnay. Math, saka yung statistics and probability ay meron pa rin kaugnayan sa research. Saka, lalo na yung mga English subjects nyo dati. Especially English for academic and professional purposes. Our first field, anthropology, usually involves human. So, ano ba yung importansya ng quantitative research? Many discoveries in this field like human behavior in the society, racial conflicts, and human evolution have given enormous contributions to the improvements of human life. So, tulad nga yung kay Charles Darwin, the theory of evolution. So, under yun ang quantitative research and anthropology. Then we have our quantitative research and communication. Ano bang kaugnayan ng research sa communication? Let's have an example here. Ano ba yun? Ano ba daw yung communicative behavior? Paano mo ba kakausapin ang isang taong halimbawa, kakatrabaho in the future or estudyante na nakararanas ng emotional stress? So that's under quantitative research and communication. Yung mga ganong tanong. Then under letter C, quantitative research and medicine, yung sa mga merong medical professions, especially in STEM, yung mga nagbabalak. So this tends to be predominantly observational research based on surveys or correlational studies. Experimental research designs may enhance the quality of medical education. So for example, some scientists are studying the relationship between cigarette smoking and alcoholism, yung paggamit or pag-iinom. So now we have our quantitative research and behavioral science, from the term itself, behavior. So it's still related to humans. So the output of this research focuses on how human behavior relates with another people and also the individual differences that may affect human relations. May iba't ibang epekto halimbawa, ang ugali mo, mainitin ang ulo mo, ang epekto nun sa kausap mo, yung mga nakakasalamuha mo. So, kung yun ang pinag-aaralan, usually that's a case study. But under quantitative research, meron din ganun. Pag mga nagpapasagot ng survey related to behavior and ang epekto nito sa individuals in their relationships. Okay, let's have letter E, another field, education and psychology. So, yung mga teachers and psychologists. So, many educational principles in understanding human behavior are the offshoot of this research. Katulad rin ng behavioral science, halos. Especially the teachers who are keen in studying the behavior of their students, the relationship, for example, to academic performance, that's under quantitative research in education and psychology. And letter F. So, segue lang tayo. It's a rainy weekend. It's a rainy Sunday. Monday. Monday na ata. So, let's have letter F, quantitative research and social sciences. So, the method employed in this type of quantitative social research are mostly typically under survey and experiments. So, for example, the study of DSWD regarding 4Ps. That's quantitative research and social sciences. So since most of you will be reviewing this one, it's quiz number 3. But if this is the first time that you will be answering this quiz, you can answer this on one half lengthwise or on your notebooks if this will be a review. Number 1 for quiz number 3, the blueprint of a research study is called blank. 4, what are the types of experimental research design? Number 5, what do you call the type of quantitative data that uses Likert scale? 6 to 7, two types of non-experimental research design usually used in quantitative research. 8 to 10, explain in your own words the importance of quantitative research in behavioral sciences. For number 11, ano yung nawawalang field? Quantitative research and blank. May study the relationship between the extent of the use of tobacco and alcohol abuse. So you can post this one for you to be able to answer the whole quiz on your notebooks or on one half and twice kung di mo lang gusto mo mag Our quiz number 3, quantitative research and blank studies about racism, being racist about or about human society. Number 13, quantitative research and blank may study what kinds of communication techniques to use for students having mental stress. 14, pre-tests and post-tests are under what type of research? I think you may have to answer this one based on our in-class discussion. Yeah. Ano ba yung sinabi ni Sir tungkol dito? Number 15, types of qualitative research design when students live with ethnic groups, a certain group of people for their research. Ano kaya? Qualitative research design yan. And for your one bonus point, explain the meaning of our word of the day, fructify. And some reminders, you do have to review the quotations, our quote of the days, and the word of the days na binibigay ng sir kasi usually yun ay napapasama sa mga exam, especially our quarterly exam. So, alright, I think this is the last part of our session or of our discussion for this part, for our competency 3, but this will have an extension and it will be in another video para makapag-prepare kayo sa inyong title defense. Kasi usually dapat makapag-identify kayo ng mga variables. At least 2 variables na pwede nyo pag-aralan. One independent and one dependent variable. So what are the different kinds of variables and their uses? Under quantitative research, yung talagang pure quantitative research, we have dito, we don't have to elaborate this one. Yung iba nakaano. When you say discrete, usually discrete is using finite numbers of values. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mas wala yung mga decimal points. That's usually yung mga palatandaan ng discrete data. When you do have your continuous, usually yung mga yun ay may mga decimals. Continuous data can have almost any numeric value and can be meaningfully subdivided into finer increments. For example, length, size, and width. So yung continuous data. For your qualitative data, nominal, variables with no inherent order or ranking sequence, gender or race, male or female, or any other gender, under the LGBTQIA classification, so nominal yan. Under ordinal, so from the word itself, order, so for example, group performance, group 1, group 2, group 3, usually group 1 ang una nag-perform, ordinal yun. For the binary, from the word by, from the root word by, meaning two. There are only 2 possible options, pass or fail, yes or no. But most of the time, if you do want to transform this into a quantitative research, you may have to use the Likert scale, di ba? Yung ibang ano din. Especially pag yun talaga statements na qualitative. Nagagusto mo quantitative. So, yun ang ibig sabihin nung dun may apply yung alam mo sa quantification of qualitative statements. paggamit ng 3-point Likert scale, 4-point Likert scale, etc. So I think that will be the end of our session. We will have a separate discussion, an extension of your competency tree under the different types of variables. So again, this is your teacher instructor, Sir Piquero. See you in our next lessons. Good day. Basta tandaan, sa PIQ'S TV, panalo ang natuto.